Yes, indeed, it is Friday. I'm telling you, it's Friday. You've made it. Yes, indeed, you have. Nothing to fear here. Friday is here. You've done it. You got 55 seconds to share Winning in the Morning show. We're talking how your mindset equals money growth. That's a fact, Jack. I'm not even asking if it's an opinion, because it's not. 39 seconds. Share it with your friends. Share it where you're at. Let the people around you know the goodness that has taken place this morning. 30 seconds. Seconds. So much truth to it this morning. Oh, whoa, Friday morning. Good morning, Mike. You're already up and on it. You're probably saying, why did you take so long today? You jeez. You know, one of the great things and the awesome things and the terrible things about doing a live show is this. Sometimes things go wrong. They do, for real. It really does. But you know what? Even when they go wrong, that's okay. Hey, whether you're joining us live or whether you're watching this later, thank you for being with us. Make sure you do this thing right there, right there. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Not because I'm not for any other reason than this. If you need the encouragement, I need the encouragement. There's somebody you know in your contacts that also needs the encouragement too. So why would we not help them? Do this right there. Help them. Yep, that little guy. Hit subscribe, hit like. Make sure you are following along with what's going on right here with Winning in the Morning. And also, if you have not done it yet, you should do it. Join the Winning Network just join the Winning Network. Text group capability. You get notifications when we're live. You get encouragement throughout the day, throughout the week. Good morning, Brittany. My chair decided to sink down on me. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Brittany. Friday morning. Good morning. It's good to be with you. Yes, I said it. I meant it. We're talking this little guy right here. Now, we're not going back to the intro. I'm just telling you. Right, this. Yes, this. How to change your mindset and make more money, honey. Yes. Now, I know some people said, Kinsley, you've been focusing a lot on money recently. Why are you focusing so much on money recently? Why are you diving into this? Why are you starting to concern yourself so much more? This is why. Is because there are a lot of people right now with gas going to whatever it's going to. We're not gonna dive into negativity here. There's no negativity, but there's a lot of people who are looking at the current situation saying, that dollar doesn't go quite as far as it used to go, I feel like. And we're not gonna get into political. We're not gonna get into anything. I don't deal with that. We're not messing with that today. What we are messing it with is, if you can't control any other situation or circumstances, then why would you not control the circumstances that you can control, which are yours, which is what is going on with you. And that's why we're diving into this today, is for this little simple reason, is you can control this thing, your mind. I know we've been talking about this a long time. We're always going to talk about it for several reasons, because, well, do I have to have a reason why we're talking about your? For this reason alone. Your mind has the single-handed ability to change everything about your surroundings, your relationship, your work, your finances, your kids, your spouses, the people that you like, the people that you don't like. Your mind has that ability to do it. It has the ability to do it because out of your mind, out of what's going on right here in the heart, this little guy, this little ticker, what's going on right there in the heart? Out of the abundance of this, your mouth speaks. And what your mouth speaks, your mind hears. And what your mind hears, it puts into action. It changes the chemistry of your body. It changes your thoughts. It changes your mindset. It changes literally your health. I'm not making this up. It literally changes your health because your brain has thoughts that are stored away as physical things, and those physical things take on the properties of which are positive or negative. They do. And then it literally impacts your brain. I mean, there is data out the wazoo talking about this, about how your mind does this. And this is why I link it this morning to literally making money. Your mindset not only changes everything about how you think about, but millionaires don't become millionaires overnight because they just decided, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. One of the most interesting things one of my mentors said, you don't make a lot of money because it just happened. You make a lot of money because you were making money in your mind far before you ever were in your hands. It's because the thought process begins. And I was thinking about this. This is no different than when you start a business. This is no different than when you start an activity. This is no different than when you have a startup mentality. Good morning, Mike. Maybe I said good morning. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Brittany, also good morning. Boom, there you are. Brittany Momsen, top of the day. This mindset, this attitude of whether you're starting a business, whether you're going back to school, whether you're making a big decision, whether you're deciding whether or not you're gonna buy a house, you're gonna move to a house, you're gonna go somewhere, you're gonna do something different. These things, these attitudes, these mindsets are every single one of them are reinforced and encouraged by what it is that your thoughts are doing. There's many books, Battlefield of the Mind. But this is why it makes a difference financially, is because the people who, there was an article about this. I talked about, I mentioned this I think one of the very first morning shows we did, which is a while ago. There was an article recently released by Harvard Business Journal where it specifically talks about the level of joy that employers, businesses, industry, commercial industry is starting to focus and take notice of people, their productivity, their effectiveness, and the level of joy that they have in their life. Now, I know you could say, well, joy isn't necessarily connected to fulfillment. I'd call you an idiot because it actually is. If you are fulfilled, you're fulfilled. Very few people can be an angry, terrible, hostile person and look you in the eye and say, my life is totally fulfilled. No. Angry, hurt people end up hurting people. That's just the nature of what ends up happening. When you are in a place of fulfillment, what is actually taking place in your mind is that you feel as though you are operating in the fullness of your gifts, of your skills, of your talents, of your abilities, of your anointings. You look at the skills and abilities that you have inherently to yourself, and you say to yourself, I am exactly where I should be. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, there's no question in my mind, I am exactly where I am supposed to be. Exactly where I'm supposed to be. There's no question. For me, this was a click. It was a change in my mental state, I don't know, 8 months ago, 6 months ago, because I knew if I knew that what I was doing, the responsibilities that I had, the things that I was involved with, all perfectly aligned with what had been stirring in my heart with what I was supposed to be doing. The question, I'll ask you this, because I always ask the question, and this is why you watch this in the morning. Are you in a place where you feel that you are completely fulfilled in your life? Oof. That got really uncomfortable really quick. Really quick. Kinsley, it's 7:36. Why are you asking me these hard questions in the morning? Why would you ask me this? This isn't comfortable. You're supposed to bring something funny and a guest on Friday. This is supposed to be nice and easy. It's supposed to be nice and easy. No, seriously. You're waking up right now. You're getting up. You're getting around. You're getting the kids around. You're listening to this, whether you want to or begrudging. I don't know who's forcing you to listen to this. But you're getting around for your day that you're about to step and walk into, that you're about to step your foot out of the threshold of your door, if you haven't already done it, and walk into a world. And the question for you this morning is, are you stepping into a place doing a thing that you know that you are supposed to be doing? No question about it. beyond a shadow of a doubt. Right now, if you'll be so bold, throw it in the comment section. Say, yes, I am completely fulfilled, or I have areas that I can improve. Let me know what it is, because your feedback is so important, especially on the live chat, to be able to know wherever you're watching from, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Clubhouse, all of these things, wherever you are consuming this awesomeness from. This morning, when you're walking out the door, are you walking into a place of fulfillment? Are you stepping out and doing something? When you woke up this morning, did you say, oh, I got to wake up? That was perfectly timed. I don't know if you heard that. I got to wake up because, well, I've got to go to work. That is awful. This is just like the most, that is the most terrible feeling when you have to wake up and you're like, I don't want to go. Or today, have you woken up and you said to yourself, you know what? I am not going to work. I'm going to life. I'm getting to do something that I'm excited about doing. I'm encouraged because it's Friday, and I'm encouraged because tomorrow is Saturday, and it's another day that I get to wake up and go do the thing that I love to do. And the angels rejoice. I mean, seriously. If that's not a question that you're willing to answer, and if the answer to that question is no, Kinsley, I'm not at all fulfilled, I'm not loving what I'm doing, then the chances are, I'm just saying the chances are, is that if you are not loving what you're doing, then you're looking at the day in this perspective that you're just trying to get through the day. You're just trying to get past the work. You're just getting the thing done. You're just putting your hand to the grindstone. You don't necessarily love it. I can't wait until I'm off so I can go with the boys or go with the girls or go with the kids and do something fun later. You know, 8 more hours until we're done with this work day. You know what? Your boss knows this. They know whether or not you are fulfilled or whether or not you love what you're doing. Now, here's the deal. Everything is not pie in the sky. You have a choice. Sometimes there have been absolutely times in my life where you got to put your nose to the grindstone. You got to get after it. But the real question is this. If your mindset, if you're not thinking about what fulfillment is or what success is and where you want to go and how you're going to get there and what you're going to do, if you are just walking aimlessly through life, and these are not normal thoughts for you of what you're doing and how you want to do it and where you want to go and how you're going to accomplish that, then one, you're not going to get to the place you want to go. And two, you are not going to be as effective, nor will you be as efficient as you could be if you were doing something that you loved to do. And this is why, scientifically, I am not making this up, that this is not just conjecture and opinion. That is useless. I'll leave that to the politicians. This is not conjecture and opinion. This is cold, hard fact. Where your mind goes is where your action goes, where your emotions go, where your thoughts go, where your attitude goes, where your life goes. Where your mind goes is where you will follow. If you are not intentionally looking at your life, man, I got the emphasis claps this morning. Boom. If you're not intentionally looking at your life and asking yourself if you are growing your attitude and growing your mindset, I'm telling you, it is directly correlated to the financial impact, the fiscal impact that you are living or you are seeing, because if you're not loving what you're doing, you're doing it with about 75% or maybe even 50% of your effort. And if you take your gifts and your skills and your talent and you realize that your boss is only getting 50% of the goodness that he hired you for, then that means you're probably not number one on the promotion list. In fact, you may be finding yourself just kind of like going day in, day out. The other thing that is so incredibly important to realize today, right now, winning in the morning is this, is if your mindset, if you are constantly in this place of growing your mind, of growing your attitude, of an idea of, you know what, I can do more. If you're not in this place of challenging yourself, if you're not in a place of challenging your mind with asking these hard questions of where I want to go and what I want to do, then you're missing the opportunity to challenge yourself and possibly have revelations that could put you into a new place. education, growing yourself. And I'm not just talking about academic and education. I'm talking about self-awareness, self-regulation, the IQ or the EQ, the emotional quotient, the emotional intelligence. Those things, and I think I mentioned this before, but emotional intelligence, I believe personally, now this actually is an opinion. This is just my opinion. I personally believe that emotional intelligence is probably one of the greatest contributors to a higher salary. Now, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And what I mean by that is emotional intelligence is wrapped into multiple different things: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy. There's 5 different areas that are focused with emotional intelligence, and all of these have to do with how you process your thoughts in your brain. And again, if your brain is clutter and it's confusion, and you don't necessarily have any confidence in what you're doing, and you're not loving where you're going and what you're doing, I'm telling you, even going back to this article by Harvard Business Journal, where they specifically talked about people who were more fulfilled and had more joy at work, had a higher rate of promotion, had less turnover, which their bosses care about that. The individuals probably didn't care about it. They had lower turnover, a higher rate of promotion, and over the course of 3 years, those people who would attest to themselves and say, "Yeah, I love what I'm doing. This is awesome. This is amazing." Those people had a higher salary at the end of that. Well, of course, because you have additional promotions. But they found themselves on the follow-on jobs that they had a higher starting level in their next business, or when they made a transition to another company. They started at a higher level than the people that were not in a place of fulfillment, that did not say, "Yes, I have joy." And again, this goes back to very much, so many people deal with either depression, deal with a mindset of that I'm not enough, that I'm not worthy, that I'm not capable, that I'll never be able to do this. The other question I want you to ask yourself this morning is this: do you spend more time telling yourself what you're not able to do than you do encouraging yourself? There is something so incredibly powerful by the amount of encouragement, of edification, of uplifting in your life. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, and that is the only thing that you're listening to, then there's probably a reason why you are starting to think that you are not capable nor able of doing things that are in your heart. If you are constantly surrounded by these thoughts of less than and less capable than, and you're not going to be able to do it, and you're not going to be able to accomplish it, or you're around just negative people. I'm telling you, whether this is in the workplace, or maybe this is a group of friends, or God forbid, maybe it's your spouse, where there's a disagreement there. It impacts you. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying run from it. I'm saying the one thing that we have all total control over is our mind and the mindset that we have. And this is something that I've shared with several people that I mentor, several clients, even just with the Winning Network, of helping them to grow, and even businesses that we've done that we work with, is control the things that you can control. The impact that you have is far more reaching than you think it is. You may think, well, gosh, but they're the ones that projecting their attitude, or they're the ones that has the negativity on all this to me. No. You have to start with at first the attitude that you have, because of the impact that it has to everyone else around you and everything else around you. You have to start that. If you don't start with that, if you don't control the things that you can control, you will find yourself trying to find an answer in 1,000 different ways, and it's never going to get you where you want to go, because you are chasing the symptom, not the problem. And here's the last hard truth point today. This has been power-packed. I'm just telling you, if you weren't ready for this on a Friday, I'm sorry. I should have given you like a warning, because I should have given you a Friday morning of saying, listen, this isn't just fuzzy and fancy today. We're seriously getting after it today. The last piece is this today that I would encourage you with this morning before we go out the door, charge into our today, conquering tomorrow, is: do you truly spend the amount of time grabbing hold of your thoughts, your attitude, the things that you can control? Or are we spending more time trying to influence, impact, and sometimes complain about the things that we have no control over whatsoever? Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. It is so much easier to complain about somebody else than it is to focus on growing yourself. Oh, oof, that's painful. I'll say it again, though. It is so much easier to complain about somebody else's inadequacies or complain about what they're doing or what they're not doing. It's so much easier to do that and complain about that than it is to take a good old look with the headlights towards myself and say, you know what? Maybe there are things that I need to work on. Maybe there are things that I need to grow. Maybe there are things that I should be doing. It's so much easier for me to focus on other people and what they're not doing and how they should be doing it and how they should be focusing. It's so much easier. So today, don't do that. Don't focus on what other people are doing. You're the one that has a vision, has a mission, has a purpose, has an ability to step into a place of literally impacting the amount of money that you make, impacting the financial impact that you have to your generation and the generations that come after you. I'm telling you, when you get this thing in place, when you realize, in this little thinker here, when you realize that the money that you can make is not impacted, nor is it inhibited by your boss and what they are willing to pay you. What would happen if you had the ability to be your own boss, but you never took the time to think about the great ideas that you have in your head, or you never took the time to believe enough in yourself to even try it? What would happen if you could be your own boss, regulating and controlling and growing an amount of impact in your life, financially growing the impact that you have to your children and your spouse and your family, but you never took the time to think about it, to stop and to focus? Today, friends, this Friday, right now, I want you to do two things. One, today, I want you to commit to taking 5 minutes right now, as soon as, whether you're getting in the car, whether you're dropping the kids off, whether you're going to work. I want you to take 5 minutes right now, this morning, to stop and ask yourself, first, am I in a place of fulfillment? Am I loving what I'm doing? First question, am I fulfilled? Do I love what I'm doing? If the answer to that is no, the second question is this: what would be fulfillment, and why am I not doing it? What would fulfillment be? What would I love to be doing, and why am I not doing it? That's the second question. Third question is this: if I know what it is, if I know what that thing is, what is it? What is a step I can take today, right now, to go after that and go do that? Hey, at the Winning Network, we're here to help you. We're here to help you find out what that passion is, what that focus is, what the purpose that you have and the passion that you have. We're here to help you. So join Winning Network right now, 405-645-7789. Friends, I hope this has been encouraging this morning. Your mindset makes money. It makes relational money. It makes financial money. It makes physical, the physique, body health money. It makes money in our relationships, but you got to get this thing under control today. Get after it. Get yourself under control. You can do it. Listen, Friday. Now's the day. Today's the day. You can do it. Make sure that you share along this with someone. Encouragement right now. Would you do that? Would you do that for me this Friday? Literally share this out right now to anybody on social media, wherever you're at. Social media, if they need some help, if they need some encouragement, friends. Would you mind doing it? Do this thing right there. Right there. Do this thing. Share it, subscribe, like, hit the bell, and get after it. Are you fulfilled? And if you're not, what are you going to do to get there? Start taking some steps today. Happy Friday. I love you guys. You are literally the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. It's true. Let's go. Hey. It is Friday. See ya.